Hi everyone, my name's Dabudor, and today I'm going to walk you through the Ordina liturgical town Evergaol in the consecrated snowfield. You need to go through this Evergaol in order to reach the Haligtree. The problem is that this Evergaol is really obnoxious because it has a bunch of archers on the rooftops that'll shoot arrows at you and they do a ton of damage to you. So I'm going to show you a trick that you can use to deal with them super easily. All you need to do is head down to the Weeping Peninsula in Limgrave, so you can get down here by following the road south through Limgrave. You'll come across the Bridge of Sacrifice. Then from there, you just keep following the road. Once you get to the intersection, you make a right, and that'll take you up to this pond with the Site of Grace. And then just north of the Grace is the Forest Lookout Tower, which is where we need to go to get the weapon that we're going to use here. So the Site of Grace is on top of this little rock thing, so it's right next to the pond here. It can be easy to miss, so make sure you grab it. Once you have it, go up to the Forest Lookout Tower. There's a bunch of enemies here, but these are Limgrave enemies, so if you're in the snowfield, then you won't have any trouble with them at all. Go to the top of the tower, kill the guy, and inside the chest at the top of the tower, you will get the hand ballista and a bunch of ballista bolts. The ballista requires 30 strength to wield, but don't worry if you don't have the strength requirement for it, because that doesn't matter. Up next, we're heading over to the ancient Snow Valley ruins in the mountaintops of the Giants. From here, we're going to go up to the frozen river and follow it to the west, where we'll find a spirit spring, which will take us on top of a hill, where we'll find a nomadic merchant that'll sell us lightning greatbolts. So find the spirit spring at the end of the river, jump up it, and then there are two paths up here. You want to take the lower path that you land on, and then you just follow it straight around, and that takes you over to the nomadic merchant. Talk to him, and he sells an infinite supply of lightning greatbolts. They're a little expensive, but they're worth getting, even outside of this video. I recommend you get at least 20 of them for the Evergaol, but you should probably stock up on them while you're here. You'll see the ballista has a strength requirement of 30, but if you don't meet that requirement, it's perfectly fine, because it doesn't matter for this purpose. Also, make sure you have the lightning greatbolts equipped in one of your bolt slots. So when you two-hand the ballista, you can hold your block button to precision aim with it, and you can zoom in and out a little bit by using the D-pad or your up and down arrow keys. And you can shoot a greatbolt by pressing either the light attack button or the heavy attack button based on which slot you have it equipped in. So we're going to use the ballista in the Evergaol to knock the archers off of the rooftops so that we can safely navigate the rooftops without getting shot at by all the arrows, because if they're on the ground level, then they can't shoot up at us. So in this clip, I used a regular ballista bolt, but you'll see when I shoot her with it, it sends her flying back and it knocked her off the roof, right? So that's why you don't need to meet the strength requirement for the ballista, because we're not killing them, we're just going to hit them off the roof. So now there's this second one over here, and I'm going to show the lightning bolt here. The lightning bolts explode on impact. So you see, first of all, what I'm doing here is I do a jump shot, so I jump, and then if you press the trigger in midair, you'll do a shot when you land. And so I aimed at the rooftop next to her, so that the explosion pushes her to the side, and thus off of the rooftop. So now that she's not there, and this one isn't up here either, I can safely go onto these rooftops and not get fucking slaughtered by the arrows. Now that we've got the ballista set up, I want to do a quick walkthrough of the Evergaol so that you know where you're supposed to be going. To start off, as soon as you enter the Evergaol, make a right and head west to this little rooftop, and then you're going to jump off of it and make a wide berth around this alleyway that I'm looking at right now. You gotta immediately go this way, and you gotta make a wide berth around it because there's an invisible Black Knife assassin that walks back and forth in this alleyway, and so if you wait too long or if you get too close to her, then she'll see you and attack you, and it's a pain in the ass to deal with. So by a wide berth, I mean you jump off of this rooftop here, and then you go in kind of a wide circle around the building so you don't get too close to the alleyway. And so what you're going to do is come around behind the building. There's a ladder here, and it'll take you straight up to the roof. And on the roof here is the first of 4 fires that you need to light in the town. Something you should know is that if you light a fire and then die, when you come back to the Evergaol for another run, that fire will still be lit. So you don't have to light all 4 in one go. You can do them bit by bit. And if you die, then it's not a huge problem. After lighting that fire, we're going to head east across the rooftops here. There's an archer on the roof over there, so what you want to do is hit a lightning greatbolt behind her to knock her off towards the left side, so that the ladder, which you just saw me looking at on the right side there, she can't see it, and so she won't be able to shoot at you. So you knock her off, and then we're going to run across the rooftops here. The jumps here can be slightly tricky, but if you miss them, it's not a huge deal because you just got to run around the building and then she's out of sight. And then you can jump on top of the railing here, and that'll let you come over to the ladder, climb up the ladder, and there is a fire to light up here, so that's number 2. Then from here, we have a good sniping spot to be able to take out the 2 archers that are on the roof over here. So you saw me take them out before. We're going to hit them with a lightning greatbolt to blast them off of the rooftop. For the first one, you want to try to get a direct hit so it just blasts her off the backside of the roof. And then for the second one, like I said before, you're going to land a bolt behind her so that it blasts her forward off of the roof. And that way, they'll both be off the rooftop, and you can just jump across the rooftops and go safely climb up this ladder here to the 3rd fire. Once the 3rd fire is done, you're going to go around to the east side of the rooftop, back to the where the 3rd archer here was, and you are going to jump across the rooftop, run over, and on this structure here is the 4th and final fire. This one is being directly guarded by an invisible Black Knife assassin that walks up and down these steps here. So chances are she's going to aggro on you, and you're going to see in the clip she's going to immediately attack me as soon as she spots me. But if you're quick, then you can just roll or jump and get into this thing here and light the fire, and then even if she kills you, it'll still count as the fire being lit, and you'll probably exit the Evergaol if it's your 4th fire before she has a chance to kill you. So for the live run, we're going to go into the Evergaol, immediately head to the west, go across the rooftop, give the alleyway a bit of a wide berth so that the invisible Black Knife assassin there doesn't see us and slaughter us. Doesn't look like she saw me, so we're good to keep going. Climb up the ladder. Light the 1st fire. Again, if you die, the fires stay lit on your subsequent runs, so you don't have to come back to this fire. Then we're going to drop back down to the rooftop, shoot a lightning greatbolt behind this archer so that she falls forward on the left side of that building. Now we're going to go and run across the rooftops. We can safely jump over to this building here because she's not on top of it anymore. Then drop down and make your way over to the ladder over here so that we can get up to the 2nd fire. You'll hear that I'm being shot from one of the archers that's still on the roof over here on the left. So if you're being shot at by them, just take cover somewhere until she stops shooting at you, and that way you can safely climb up the ladder because she won't be able to see you from a distance. I didn't go to the sniping spot. Instead, I tried shooting her from like the top of the ladder here. I noticed she didn't actually fall off of the roof when I hit her with the bolt, so what I'm trying to do here is hit her with the splash damage through the floor, because again, the bolts explode, so you can hit them with the splash damage. I was trying to hit her with the splash damage through the floor to knock her off, but it didn't work, so I just went after this one instead. It took me 2 bolts here, but just blast the roof behind her, and the explosion will knock her off of the front of the building. After that, climb up the ladder, and you can light the fire up here, so that's the 2nd fire. I tried getting a shot on her, but I couldn't hit her, so what I did is kind of risky. You're going to see I'm going to take some damage from it, but she's right here on the roof, so what I did is I just said, fuck it, and I just did a jump shot at her and blasted her off the roof. I got hit. I'm in New Game +2, so you won't take as much damage as I did if she hits you, but, you know, there's probably a safer way to deal with it, but it worked out just fine. Anyway, so go up the ladder and light the 3rd fire, and then after that we're going to go across the rooftop to where this archer was and jump over to this building. And so this is the dangerous part here. We're going to drop down. You see I'm already being attacked by the Black Knife assassin, so I just do some fucking panic rolls so I don't get hit, and then I just jump and quickly light the fire. And now even if she kills me, it doesn't matter because I already lit all 4 fires. And now that all 4 fires are lit, you will automatically leave the Evergaol, and the seal has been broken, so you can go up to the teleporter and take it over to the Haligtree. So I hope you found that helpful. I wanted to make this real quick because I see a lot of people struggle with this Evergaol because it's pretty fucking annoying. But anyway, if you found it helpful, please leave a like, share the video, consider subscribing. My name is Diabetor. I will catch you later.